Welcome back to Joy News today. The National Executive Committee of the incumbent National Democratic Congress NDC has extended the closing date for the filing of nomination for parliamentary aspirants in the Ashanti region. This, the party says, is to give ample time and equal chance to members of the NDC in the region to complete the process. Meanwhile, nominations in all other regions are closest today, September 10. Malik Dabu of our political desk joined me earlier for analysis.
Scott, I'm sure we all know that Ashanti region is one of the largest regions in the country. They have the largest number of parliamentary seats. That means that a lot of work has to go in for people to be able to file their nominations. And you know that once nominations close and you are unable to file, also because Ashanti region tends to be one of the hotbeds for political activities.
But it's the stronghold of the NPP rather, so why bother?
Well, you know the NDC has a target of 1 million votes from Ashanti. Some of the constituencies, even though they are located in Ashanti, given the peculiarities of the nature of the people that live in those constituencies, you have the NDC winning those ones. Like Asawasi, for example, Alhaji Muntaka Mubarak's constituency, he's the majority chief whip, and that's his constituency. In the last primaries, he narrowly escaped. This time around, there's a lawyer who is challenging him. We had the Nur Hamidan. Nur Hamidan is the DC for the area, the district in which the constituency falls, who went around telling people that he was the best candidate for the party and that they shouldn't endorse the forms for other contending candidates. That generated a lot of debates. One of the guys called me, he's a lawyer, and he said that he lost narrowly to Muntaka. He thought that this was his chance, and he felt that the party leaders are using Machiavellian tactics to try and disqualify him, because they are not even allowing party wards to endorse his forms to enable him file. So if people like that petition, the party may want to give a lot more time, and that may explain why today's extension came about.
Armed police personnel have been deployed to the Tamale Central Constituency Office to avert any possible disturbance as NDC closes nominations today. Regional correspondent Hashmin Mohammed joins me with details. Hello, Hashmin. What's the situation in Tamale right now? Hello, Hashmin. Hashmin, tell us the situation in Tamale Central. We are learning that armed police personnel have been sent to Tamale Central NDC constituency office to avert any possible disturbance. We are trying to find out exactly what happened that led to this, and we are trying to reach our correspondent. We do not have him right now, but we'll move on to other stories and try him a bit later. The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress says as the deadline for the submission of parliamentary nomination forms approaches, no functional executive committee of the National Democratic Congress NDC has the mandate to vary the filing fees as approved by the National Executive Committee. To this extent, any aspirant who is prevented from filing for the sole reason of inability to pay any additional fees beyond that which has been approved by NEC should approach the national headquarters for filing. Okay, Hashmin Mohammed, I'm told, has just joined us, and this is about armed police personnel being deployed to the Tamale Central Constituency Office. Hashmin, are you able to tell us why?
Well, I spoke to the constituency secretary of the party, Abu Hafid, who tells me that they, as constituency executives, did not invite the police to the constituency office, but he wants to believe that the police were there to maintain law and order. If you have been following the terrain very well in the northern region, the Tamale Central constituency is one of the hot areas that people's attention are. And in this constituency, you have a director of roads under the Ministry of Roads and Highways contesting his boss, that is the incumbent Alhaji Minister who is the Minister for Roads and Highways. And here, these two candidates have the support base. They have the youth. So you can imagine, you can understand why the police were there.
So what's the situation right now, Hashmin?
Well, the situation at the moment is calm, and the candidate, Alhaji Ibrahim Seidu, and his supporters have left the constituency office. But some of the police continue to maintain their presence at the constituency office.
Hashmin Mohammed is reporting from the northern region. Thank you very much. We're staying with politics. Daughter of ex-President Jerry Rawlings, Dr. Ezenato Rawlings, is an NDC parliamentary aspirant for the Korle-Klottey constituency. She has already presented her forms. Now, we know her father, Jerry Rawlings, is founder of the ruling National Democratic Congress, and her mother, interestingly, is flag bearer of the National Democratic Party, which is a breakaway from the NDC. Kwachi Afreniama has been speaking to Dr. Ezenato Rawlings.
When your popularity is not one that's of ego, but based on your connection with the community, then you know the way you stand.
Your connection with the community, you feel you are in touch with the grassroots?
I think the crowd speaks for itself.
And of course, you'll be going up against the incumbent, one other candidate. It will be a very stiff competition.
Well, I have no doubt about that, but I think at the end of the day, the most important thing for me is that we work together and empower the community to rebuild their lives.
There was a time where you denied at all that you were going to participate in this contest. What changed?
Well, at the time, my denial was actually exactly what it was. I had no political ambitions. And as the cleaning campaigns and the environmental activism gained ground, the support on the ground was increased, and a lot more people started calling for, political involvement. And so that's how we find ourselves here. At the end of the day, it's really a question of conviction. And I believe that this is one way to achieve the objectives.
How long have you had about this ambition?
My decision was very recent. And up until now, all I wanted to do was contribute to the community.
Of course, this is a significant decision, knowing that your mother is in the NDP, you are in the NDC. Do you think that this could perhaps bridge the gap between bringing your mom back to the party?
So I would like to focus on the issues now going forward, which to do with the development of the community.
Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram E.T. Mensah has hit hard at George Samuel, who has announced his interest in contesting in the NDC parliamentary primaries. He's particularly unhappy some George is going about peddling what he describes as lies, that the people of Ningo Pram are tired of him and have endorsed Mr. George as the change the constituency needs.
This boy knows how to run, he doesn't know how to hide. And nobody should deceive himself. He cannot win Ningo Pram without my support. This boy has been putting on the Facebook and other places. I've got information that I'm not running. Even after I have tried, it's out there that I'm not running. He said, let it swim in his naivety and ignorance. Politics on the ground is not done in the media.
The last time I spoke with him, he said the people of Ningo Pram say he should thank you for a good job done, but now they want him. And even he said the chief of Ningo Pram. Have you in any way heard, these kind of discussions around?
It's not true. When I heard those things, I said God should have mercy on this boy. God should have mercy on this boy. A hand that has fed you before, you want to bite it, you have to be careful. A hand that has raised you to where you are, and you think that you can mess around. And I am not sad for it, but the parents who knew. I didn't know them for Adam. His sister, when was going to be engaged by the husband in Nigeria. Yes, let me say it. Here, we did it here. You can come out to tell you. We did it here. We did everything. Everything that I treated him like a son. And it is not, it doesn't lie in his mouth. Who is he in Ningo Pram for them to send him to come? For them to send him to come and say thank you to me. What has he ever done there? Before I went to Ningo Pram, before I became a member of Parliament, I was serving the place. 1993, I didn't go to Parliament. I went to Parliament in 1996. In 93, the work that I did to 95. That was why.
Meanwhile, E.T. Mensah has described George Sam's comments that he has stayed too long in power and that he must be replaced as childish.
He uses the local adage that says, in future or which literally means when water stays too long in a bottle, it begins to smell. So I'm tempted to believe that he's trying to say that you stayed there too long, and so
longer than anybody else.
They want a new person. But is that what it takes? What does it take to be a parliamentarian?
First of all, it doesn't lie in his mouth, the character that he is, to tell me that I'm tired. The thing about water stay in bottle for a long is childish. Because we are talking about politics. Books here, you've seen them, political, you're talking about politics and people's biographies, autobiographies. Ted Kennedy left Congress after 47 solid years in Congress. Those, some 20, some 30, I went to AP, International Parliamentary Union meeting in Vietnam. Those who have done yet to do 20 years were babies. Who have done 30 years, 40 years. So it means that he doesn't even understand what he's going for. That proverb is childish. It doesn't hold water. Because, I mean, if you want to use bottles and bottles, when cognac stays, is the best when it stays very long in the bottle. Good whiskey, stays long. Good wine, and those who, if you want to use